this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Penn State's offense takes the field to start this game off. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Got his man on the outside. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. And the Nittany Lions line up to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Sends his first one of the day on the way, and we didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. So the Washington Huskies offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And we've got a superb matchup to watch here, David. One of the best quarterbacks in the country, and how much will he be willing to challenge one of the best corners in the land?
Well, and it's going to be more interesting to me, Jesse, do they let him make a play? Like,
oh, he's got some space. 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They went 3 and out on their first possession now to see if they can be more productive this time around. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They've generated some momentum with excellent performances in Big Ten play, and you can see them growing game by game.
And that's a big deal, too, in the new-look Big Ten Conference. Back in the day when there were divisions, you know, it was a toss-up every year who was going to win the Big Ten West. That was the easy.
Lets it fly! And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Looked to me on that deep ball like he was forcing it a little bit. You got to be careful as a quarterback. You're not trying to outduel the other guy who just threw a touchdown pass. You're just trying to win the game. So just execute the plays. The ball goes to who it's designed to go to. If that means you got to turn around and hand it off, then that's what you got to do. But I think on that last deep ball, QB forcing it away.
Fires and picked off. Trying to take it back. And a super return as he takes it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Gets it out quickly. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wants to go up top. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third. This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. He'll go to the sneak. Washington coming to the line with another first down. Wants to throw on first down. They're setting up the screen. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Leaves it with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They'll run it from the gun. And they're able to get a third down stop here. See if they go for it on fourth. Now on fourth down, here comes the field goal team. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. And it's no good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss.
And that's just the chip shot. That's just a field goal they got to make, guys.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. To the air on first down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. There he goes!
He didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If you could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
Looking downfield on first down. They've got the screen set up. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. Plays like that with just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Back to pass. Grab near the marker. It's Brown. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Running back searching for a hole. He's like a loose boulder, just caroms his way to the 32.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you could run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Nittany Lions with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
Really nice looking pinpoint throw there. And when I think back to Husky QBs, you think about Warren Moon, you think about Mark Brunell, the Heward brothers. What about Jake Browning? All made really good decisions. This guy, he's got a lot of arm talent, but he's also very smart.
Makes the grab. Makes the stop at the 35-yard line. They rip off 15 yards on that one, and they are rolling. They're down to the 35 on first and 10. He'll try the left side. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Buys a little extra time. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. Just on the edge of the red zone. First and 10 from the 21. Looking to throw on first down. Swings it out to his running back. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking to fire. He's got it on the run. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be first and goal.
Another first down. Man, this defense couldn't stop a nosebleed right now. It's that bad.
They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. And he's brought down at the line of scrimmage, and the ball will stay at the 2. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. Tries again to get it in. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Starts a drive trying to go up top. He's got the back in the middle. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Last completion got them a first down. Let's see what they do now. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly to the tight end. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Knocked down at the 47. It's a 5-yard gain and enough to move the chains. The Nittany Lions getting set on first and 10. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard games just because of the body blow effect.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right, and having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. It didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes second down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it. Still in a great position. Ready to stay ahead of the chains.
Makes the tackle right at the 21-yard line. Pick up a on the play, and this offense is threatening with a first down. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The inside handoff. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
Well, they needed 2 yards for that first down. The running back doing just enough to make sure he keeps this drive alive.
Caught in the backfield. It's Hayes. Back's going for the goal line. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
And when you run these screenplays, you're trying to get your playmaker the ball in space, and what a great job. They get it to the running back, but look at the blocks out in front. Everybody paving the way, creating some space, and then he's got so much speed, he can take care of the rest. Really, really nice screen pass.
And after the extra point, they cut the lead in half, down 14-7. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. He'll He'll bring it out. It's Soto. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Wants to go up top on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Casey. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And here's a fumble way behind the line. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one.
Great job by the defense forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce. The offense pounces back.
While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. He's looking downfield to throw. Makes the catch. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Gets the first one of the day off, and hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked it 4 times. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important.
Breaks into the open. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you've got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
The Nittany Lions have moved it inside the 20. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Plenty of work to do here on second and long.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Finds his big tight end. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State!
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole, he saw it, he put his foot in the ground, and that was pay dirt.
The extra point here would tie the game. And that kick was perfectly down the middle. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Boise State is trailing right now, but I'm old enough to remember the 07 season where this program ran the Statue of Liberty play to win the Fiesta Bowl. If that group could find a way, there's hope for this team. They're trailing by 9 to Tulane. This one has actually kind of exceeded expectations. Always a memorable chapter in the book of college football.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Oh, they're after him. He'll pull it down. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. These guys have taken some serious lumps in Big Ten play, and I want to see if they've become demoralized.
Yeah, I think you're going to find out a lot about their mental toughness here in this game because at the start of the season, they were hoping to compete in Big Ten play. They've had some bounces not go their way. They've had some guys get injured. And now is the time in this game right here that you can turn it around by getting a win.
And it's hard. Obviously, such a difficult conference. The Big Ten, you got to bring your A game so many times or else you do get beat. You've had some setbacks. Now, how are we going to finish? Now, we've talked about this season. We've talked about what we want to do, and we might not be living up to expectations, but we can control finishing strong.
Washington sends out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He's got it. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Might be calling a hot route. Wants to throw on first down. Dumps it to the back. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
The give out of the gun. Turning it on. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. That drive took no time at all. A couple of plays and finished it with the long run for the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touch. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
The Huskies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. He'll pull it on the read. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
The offense thought they had a good look to run that play into with the QB, but there's just an example of a defender winning his one-on-one battle and making a tremendous play. Great effort by that guy.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now we see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. I thought white noise was supposed to be relaxing. This is deafening on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Sets up the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. Wants to bring it back. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go? So the PI penalty cost the defense 15 and a fresh first down for the O. Quarterback keeper. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Nittany Lions with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll run it from the gun. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. They've been running it, but now the pass. Pulls it in. It's Hobbs. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
And the Nittany Lions are rolling down the field. He's inside the 15. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays.
He's going for the goal line, and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Penn State!
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
And the Huskies come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it, using the back as a receiver on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. Washington sends out the punt team. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time. Oh, he's got some space. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the first down. The whole Penn State legacy is built on toughness, getting it done on the ground, and they pick up a first down.
And you got to start there with the physicality, the ground game, getting that going. That's kind of a Northeast thing, right? Being tough, being physical, bringing that lunch pick.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Hobbs. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Grab near the sticks. It's Hobbs. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Really nice job by the offense. Hey, man, trust your guys, right? We got all these analytics and 4th down, said to go for it. They trust their quarterback. He gets it done with the completion and gets the big first down.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Leaves it with the running back. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Third and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. It's Hobbs. Offenses gain momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Looking downfield on 1st down. Gets it to him on the screen. Headed to the end zone. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6.
Yeah, and that's a nice job selling it by the offense. Dropping back, making it look like it's pass. That running back slipping out of the backfield, throwing the football, getting a dynamic playmaker in space. And he says, I got this, I'll do the rest, and gets the touchdown.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points?
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Wants to throw, he's working against the clock. Safe completion on the screen. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Rushes on him. Trying to make magic with his feet. Just couldn't find a hole in this defense. They were ready for him and forced him out of bounds, and no gain on the play.
And absolutely nothing doing there on the quarterback run. Defense takes all the gaps away. They use their speed to force him to the sidelines. He didn't even gain any yards, guys, before going out of bounds.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. Beautifully thrown ball, terrific catch, and they'll have the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to throw on 1st down. The short hands, it's Casey. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down mark. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Makes the grab. He'll get it down to the 31, and that's where he goes out of bounds. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. When you've already seen your quarterback go down 3 times, you might as well try holding, and they didn't get away with it. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down.
Listen, end of the first half, that's exactly what you want to do. You don't care about the incompletion. You're chucking that thing up, trying to make a big play, trying to get the Hail Mary.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. He'll take a shot. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters there in Happy Valley. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Beaver Stadium.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They come into this 3rd quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece, and I know this is coach speak, and very simple. I score, I get a stop. I score, I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. That's caught. It's Casey. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. 3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They can really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete to the right. And the ball's out, and they're after it. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way.
The more hats you have near the football, the more likely you are to cause a fumble. So many guys with their hands wrapped around guys. The ball's bound to pop out occasionally, and you got to be in the right place at the right time.
Tackle is made right at the 20-yard line after a pickup of 4. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Not a lot there. Picks up 1 inside the 20 to the 19.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. Finds his man down the middle. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or 2 miss and pick up the 1st down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
The Nittany Lions will snap it on 1st and 10. The run from the shotgun. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. They'll leave it with him. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Penn State! If you want to know how to reach this guy, just send his mail to the end zone. That's where he lives.
He definitely is today. And I think the defense has to be getting a little sick and tired of the same guy beating him time and time again.
Penn State, 42, Washington, 14.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. This one feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football at this point that would just quit. So, David, we're going to find out a lot about this team right here.
Yeah, just running out of opportunities. You give opportunities away like this, you're trailing. Every possession is going to be important from here on in.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. It's complete to the left. And he's almost to that 1st down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the 1st down. He'll keep it on the sneak. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
And, David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successful.
They got nothing on the last play at 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Under fire. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
What a beautiful day for the defense. A sack for you. A sack for you. Everybody gets a sack. Everything good happening for this defense.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything they're playing.
There he goes. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays. You better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
And winning 1st downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on 1st down that they're going to run the football. So then getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point was good. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, take a gander at what's happening in this interesting battle in the Pac-12. San Diego State is down right now, but this young man under center today has shown some moxie. We could see a legend born in Snapdragon Stadium today. They're trailing by 10 to Colorado State. If anything changes in this pivotal Pac-12 matchup, guys, you know we're here to bring it to you.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Using his legs, it's Jackson. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Trying play action. Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Timing has to be so good. When you're throwing at his own defense over the middle of the field, the ball's got to come out specifically on time because these windows close really.
Takes it the other way. Touchdown, Penn State! And they add 6 more to the board for that trip to the house. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible because he'll make it happen.
And right down the middle. Fielded in the end zone. It's Soto. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. He'll keep it himself. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? So after the first down run, here's 2nd down. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Running to the left. Breaks into the open. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. First down for this offense. He's got it on the right. Shakes off the defender. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. The Huskies come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He breaks a tackle. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke. Not much room to run. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Get it out on the screen. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. New set of downs after the completion. He'll do it himself. It's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Man, and it was just the impact of the hit that dislodged the football from the ball carrier. There was a heat-seeking missile coming in there, and he knocked that thing loose.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. How about the run?
Turning it on! An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. They've got him looking run, but they're going to throw it. Fires to the big fella. Still on his feet at the 45. Make the stop at the 40, but he's got 15 yards on that one and a first down. We'll see if they have enough time to get another snap before the clock hits 0. He leaves it with his back. is able to push forward for a solid gain as the clock strikes 0 here in the third. We've reached a break, and Penn State is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth-quarter comeback. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Yeah, and if this offense can keep that rolling, if they can keep the physical ground game and continue to add these plays up as they go along, long drives, eat the clock with the lead, this coach will be ecstatic.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. The Nittany Lions come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. Got to pick up a few to move the sticks here on third down from their own 20. Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers.
Oh, he's got some space. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam, and the defense finally got him. And the Huskies just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Got it in the middle. It's Whitted. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. Quarterback on the keeper. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
It doesn't matter what run play you have called, if you're running it inside or outside. If the defense gets penetration, everything is done. And you saw it on that play right there. Great job by the dude.
That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and the defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy in front.
They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Touchdown, Washington! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
Well, it's good to finally see this offense have a little bit of success because that has not been the case in this game. Nothing has gone their way. They keep shooting themselves in the foot. You know, guys, coaches are always trying to find things to build on, and this is at least something late in this game, scoring that touchdown that hopefully helps build their confidence the next time they take the field.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. give from the gun. There he goes. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
Play callers love it offensively when you can run the football when the other team knows you're going to do it. That is called imposing your will. And here in the fourth quarter with the lead, very first play of the drive, you break off a nice run. He might just call the exact same play right again here.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
The Nittany Lions with the 1st and 10. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The give to the back. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time. Blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
That pass is incomplete.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. Locked those heels at the 10 and didn't go backwards. He makes the fair catch there. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers, Dave.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
The Huskies come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Makes the grab on the shuffle. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down. And here comes the punt team. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. The give and tick, 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 tick. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll go to the ground. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
And I think as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've got a big lead in the 4th quarter, and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. They're going to force feed you the football to try and ice this game. He's paying him off right now. That's a really nice run.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Motion from the wideout. They'll keep it on the ground. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles. Well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here tonight.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. From the gun, the ground game. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just added their total.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Leaves it with the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Defense is about seeing it and pulling the trigger, and you can tell they pull the trigger so fast, get to the back, get him on the ground quickly.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Washington sends out the punt team. No fair catches here, looking for room. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. It's complete.
What's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. They'll line up for a second down play. They go to the ground. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming into the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day. I think you run that ball right there knowing that I'm going to run it again on fourth down. I'm going to go for it on fourth down. I got another play. Nice job by that defensive line, not getting moved around, making a play.
He's got it, first down and more. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. And the Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, the inside give. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
From the 36, a third down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. Pulls it in, it's Hobbs. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. The Nittany Lions will try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Intercepted for the 11th time. Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30.
Obviously, this game hasn't gone the way they would have liked, but coaches are always looking for positive moments and things that you can build on. How about that young man going out, getting an interception? Yeah, they're being blown out. They're probably not going to win this football.
Breaks into the open. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. One big play, and you go from a little backed up to threatening. It's 1st and 10 from the 40. Wants to go up top on first down. That's caught. It's Soto. And they pick up just a few on that completion. With the clock running, this should be the final play. Still firing away as they'll go down swinging. And that pass is incomplete. They were going for the consolation touchdown, but to no avail, and that's going to do it for this one. After not really playing their best earlier this season, people said this team